Hey, it's Sunday night again. Welcome to Steve's Place. Tonight we're going to have a we're going to show you what we're doing here at our new headquarters here in the downtown town of Erie. You know, the big metropolis here. I think you guys are all going to be fascinated. Um, to get to this point, we had to move three 26-foot load truckloads of material. That's a lot of tonnage. But anyway, before we get to that, I need to do some housekeeping here. Um, I want to encourage, if you haven't, go up to our website and check out our videos from last year, our live stream from last year. Uh, it's $99, and it gives everything up there. We also have a live stream up from the year before. We're going to be trying to get some more videos on YouTube and everything. So if you get a chance, go check it out. We'll be doing a live stream later this year. We haven't determined on a price for that yet. It's being investigated, like what it's going to cost to put on, and how, all the bookkeeping stuff. Okay. In the meantime, if you aren't already, we encourage you to become a member of our YouTube channel. By becoming a member of the YouTube channel, you will you help us survive and also grow, because right now we're getting ready to add a bunch of videos, which you'll see here and later on in the broadcast, as we walk through the facility and everything. Um, and and uh, and although YouTube dings me, like they just dinged me again, we still will maintain our YouTube channel as much as we can, because it is the number one source for videos online, and I think that by being on there, it gives a lot of exposure to a much bigger audience. Tonight, later on, David, excuse me, later on tonight, Bernie will be joining us, and there he is in the background. You ready to come on?
I'm gonna need about 5 to 10 more minutes, so we'll see you in a little bit. You're on your own for 5 to 10 more, Steve.
Yeah. So anyway, he'll be joining us in about 5 minutes at the outside gate of the facility here. It is really a great place here in Counterbury. I love living out in the middle of nowhere. It takes about 45 minutes to go to whether I'm going to Henderson or if I'm going to go to Laughlin. Either way, it takes about 45 minutes to an hour. But it's so peaceful here, so quiet. We've had to overcome some challenges here. Sometimes it feels like I'm in Hooterville. You know, the post office is giving me a lot of hassle just to get the PO box. And they don't even deliver out here. And it's really bad, because a lot of companies now, like Amazon, Google, all these companies do not want to have PO boxes as addresses anymore. So we have a creative way of doing that. If you see our address is 70 Paiute Valley Drive, then number 574. That number 574 is actually our PO box, But we have to do it that way so that we can get our mail here, because otherwise, if you don't have that, the stuff gets stopped up in Searchlight, and they turn around, and act like they don't even know me. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, I couldn't even have my mail forwarded for Test Attack. I have my personal mail forwarded, but not the business mail. It's just everything in this country is starting to get out of control here. To get anything done, like I say, it seems like it takes 3 hours to get 15 minutes worth of work done sometimes. Like when the electricity was cut off, it took me 3 hours to get through the AI till I finally got to a person. They flipped the switch and presto bingo, we got electricity here. This is what we're going to be paying for in the future as we gallop towards AI. You're going to find that AI is an expert at delay, subterfuge, never get anything done. But when you get to the human, um, things get done. Um, so a lot of people want me to use the AI in this business. I'm going to try to avoid that for as long as I can. If I do, it'll be on the peripheries. I believe in HI, high, that's human intelligence. You know, uh, we're the masters at human intelligence. You know, and Emilio says we should try commercial mail outfit. Well, not so easy because these days, um, when you're out in the middle of nowhere, you're in an underserved place, and companies like Commercial Mail Outfits and that they want to maximize their profits. So they love delivering mail in urban areas, but they don't want to handle um, the low volume remote areas. You know, so so like I say, I still love it out here though. It's just great. I've got deliveries from all the major services at this point. Uh, I got my internet hooked up, as you can see. Uh, we got everything moved into one location finally. You know, uh, like I say, it took us 3 truckloads, 3 26-foot truckloads of material for here. We're talking magazines like you've never seen. And later on we'll be talking about our magazine and that. But in the meantime, I want to go back to our friendly YouTube channel. Encourage people to spend the $9.99 a month for complete access to everything, and it's a bargain. I mean, if you buy a DVD, okay, it's like $19.95 plus $10 for shipping and handling. I mean, look at that. For the cost of shipping and handling, you'd have the material on the DVD. If you decide you really like the DVD, then you can order the DVDs. And I'd like to apologize to people too, because for the past month, people who've been trying to pre-register or order stuff has been kind of stumped because the orders weren't going through the shopping cart. It had errors. I finally got the errors fixed at this point. The first error came about when they upgraded our security certificate. They didn't give the software permission to access another part of the site, that it needed to do, but they fixed that. But then we got a second error, 500 error, and that was basically due to they have new software now, and the software is tightening up on the syntax or instructions for those who aren't familiar with the program. The instructions the computer has got to be very strictly enforced now. So if you make like have a misplaced comma, or in this case a misplaced bracket, the operating system goes nutsos and you get your error. It took them about a week to fix that. It's amazing. I had to keep on insisting, that they wanted me to have my software rewritten and everything, but we have used the same shopping cart since 2008. I'm not about to change yet. When people send us their credit cards and everything, we don't allow the internet to process it. That information goes to me, and I will sit down and write up an invoice on our QuickBooks program, and then charge the proper amount. You get all your discounts and everything, and and it's pretty safe. It's safer than stuff being on the internet. Actually, uh, these companies, I just like I say, I'm old fashioned. I use the old punch in thing, and I pay extra for that, but it is well worth it. Okay. Um, and here you go. I mean, a PO box in a commercial setting. Well, the closest PO box in a commercial setting would be over an hour away. You know, um, these people, uh, have really gotten things down to a patch. They went in, they fixed it. And if anyone needs uh, an internet host, I would recommend Host Papa, HOST Papa, who will take and they run a pretty good program. Okay, and now we're
All
going out.
right.
So, are you outside now? So
I am.
outside,
I made it around the compound, and it is a big compound here. So we are at the front door, and we are walking in to the archives, the home base of Tesla Tech, Steve's place. This is Steve's place on Steve's place. So, there's the door. There's Steve's office number 1. That's where the real archives are, but we'll get to that later on. First, we must go behind door number 2. There's door number 3 towards Steve's place. Door number 4, that goes out to the orange trees. We'll get to that later. But first, oh my gosh, we have a life's worth of work here. And this is all for sale, ladies and gentlemen. And not just that, there's going to be some bonus magazines given away with sales here. And he's got some really big discounts we'll get to. But for now, this is what we've been working on, having to organize. It's 2 shelves by 2 shelves by 2 shelves, and then there's more shelves that were here that we had to move that we'll get into the other. But it is just this is the secret archives of free energy and over unity and anti-gravity. Let me tell you, we got well, a lifetime's worth of work and a lifetime's worth of work still to do at this place, and it's all thanks to your conference that you do every year, and that people need to be there. It's a life-changing experience. 2025 was something else. 2026 even better. And now let's go behind door number 6 or 7 already. And this is the real heart of the operation. This is where we have all the master copies of every conference ever done. They're still in boxes. There's so many, it's walls upon walls of master copies. Here's the shipping. Here's where it all gets done, the DVD copying, the making, and then we got the magazines. So this right here, I haven't opened it, don't want to open it. It's one of each issue, right, Steve? How many do you have in here? It's crazy.
Well, there's about 30 magazines in that pack there, and it's everything we did as Extraordinary Technology, starting with number 1 and ending up with our last one. We hope to get the magazine going again, and in just a minute, I'll probably show you what else what one of our magazines look like in depth. But the other magazines off to your side there, those are Exotic Research. That's what I did before as Exotic Research. And these are just a few here. And if you buy a set of the magazines, I'll throw in these Exotic Research magazines in there as well. There's a ton of information. All this information it's just as good now as it was back then. We're talking technical
almost better, right? Inflation that you've got in each of your magazines. There's free blueprints to how to make a heat generator, how to convert different stuff, and that's what you're giving away here. And it's this is 2000, that's 1998, and then that's $9. That's gotta be done here.
Bernie, you're twanging really bad right now. So, but let me explain. What you see there are the exotic
Yeah,
research labs.
hold on.
And the red one actually has free Geek plans inside that one, a step-by-step plan to actually build a Geek device. If you notice in the corner there, we have a lot of VHS tapes, which are the International Testing Society conferences I put together and the Extraordinary Science conferences I put together back in the 90s. And our goal is to get those converted to DVDs here in the next couple months. And they should be going online. Most of them will be for members only, though, because members are the way that helps pay for the stuff to get done. Um, and what are we looking at here?
All right, so I was by door number 8 to try to get more better. We're looking at the orange trees right now, and I'm gonna get up on the roof, try me the clearest service possible while we sneak back around. Cause yeah, it's a compound. Let me tell you, this place, it's amazing. It's desert beauty.
We got orange trees.
We're on the roof of the archive. Down below, we got orange trees. We have where the hot tub used to be and is going to be again very soon. And we're on top of building number 2 and 1, and then there's 3 and 4 over there. And yeah, I'm gonna mute myself out and let you go for a little bit while I walk the roof here.
Okay. Yeah, I have another office, which I'm speaking out of right now, which is separate from the main building there.
Right
So I
there.
have
That's the second office. We're spying on Steve from the roof above.
yeah. This is a great place. Like I said, we have a lot of space to work in. We have another building, a couple other buildings. One we use for an extra bedroom / office, which Bernie's using right now. Then we also have another building that is uh, a good little shop area where you can build stuff and everything. And you see that someone's doing a lot of woodworking over there, and they left some tools and that, and some vices. And and right next to that, we actually have uh, an elevated area, uh, a platform, which is above the house here, and you can watch the planes come in because we're only about a block away from the Canaveral Airport, you know, and
Private airstrip that you have here. So now I'm coming on to the top of building number 3. And you got building 4 over there. My guest house office over there. And then the shop area, and then there's the platform that Steve was talking about that I'm making my way to get down from. And then there's the airstrip. The lights aren't on tonight for the airstrip, but a full airstrip right there, full view.
and we have a small airlines that fly out of it, Bush Air, and he does training, right?
Yes,
For
sir.
pilot.
Yes, sir. Shout out to CC and his 6 airplanes that he does with Bush Air and the training. If you've seen my clips of the airplanes flying over, those are mostly CC's. Now, here's the barbecue area. It's very nice. There's the entrance to my room. We got the shop here. And then over there, we got the elevated lookout tower. All right, now I'm on the top of this extra shop. And it just keeps going. Like, this is truly a compound of compounds of secret archives. And yeah, it's a fun place. It's a fun place to be and help out at. And now we're on the stairs. We're on the lookout. So you can see the highway to Sin City is right there. Or you got the airstrip behind the town right behind us.
Yeah, we have a 4-lane highway goes all the way to Henderson. Another 4-lane highway goes all the way to Laughlin. It's just great living out here. Best of all, it's cheap. It's a lot cheaper than the apartment I was paying. Bikini
Right. You
apartment.
get a full compound cheaper than what you're paying for your apartment in Henderson, which is attached to Las Vegas. You
Yeah,
got the
and then
full workstation.
but best of all is like we have all of our books and everything together, and we can now go through everything, see what's relevant and trash the trash, and be able to use the stuff. But yeah, there's
Uh-oh.
Bernie's place. Start of the show.
Uh-oh. We got the
So
Bernie office room. Oh dear. We got hats. We got alternate personalities. We got alchemy monoatomics. We got the office. We got one of the all extra beds. There's multiple extra beds and bedrooms at this place. It's wild. It's crazy. And this is great Bernie accommodations. I thank you, Steve. It's pretty epic. And then yeah, we shall continue on the tour.
then we have a nice kitchen here. Sure beats an apartment kitchen. You cook outside, you cook inside. Uh, we have been able to cook outside for 4 years now, 5 years. You know, so this is going to be quite the change in our lifestyle here. But like I say, the most important thing is we have all of our materials together. I have space to that. You want to go to my main office, and yeah,
In a moment.
that will be Terry's. That's going to be Terry's office right there. That area there. You know, and he's going to have a bedroom in that area too, just adjacent to that. Um, and like I say, this is just classic. Now, as you see, we have tons and tons of boxes that we have to go through and put away. I mean, it's a big job. You know, it was a big job hacking it. It was a big job moving it. Kudos to our Cuban friends. We had three of them um, that worked their hearts out, loading these trucks up and unloading them. Traveling 50 miles. We're 50 miles from our old locations, and that helped us get going. Now this is my office here, and I have one desk you see up front, and I got another desk in the background there. I have a huge bookcase, which we're putting our books up for our. This will be our library. These are books, which is the archive and research books here. Uh, and we just started unloading box after box of books. All these books, I had to keep in storage and everything. Makes it hard when you look at something to look something up. So it's just really a really blessing here. And but there are a lot of things that we still need. I mean, we need filing cabinets would be one. If you look at like the table in the back there, um, this stuff I have separated into different magazines for different people. People donate stuff to us all the time. In the past, it kind of got locked up. Now they can find a proper place where it can be used again. Someday, who knows? We may even be able to put a museum in this area here of Calavera. Uh, they have an abandoned casino at this point. They claim they're remodeling it, but I've never seen anybody working over there. The post office is across the street at the hotel. Uh, the motel has like 9 rooms there, but they have a huge RV park over there. And I'm thinking, if I'm not mistaken, between $500 to $700 a month is what I'm thinking. They probably charge to park your RV there uh, and hook up. You got electricity, water. You know, uh, they have a laundry there, so it's pretty good. And here's another view of all the materials we got to go through, and that's a lot of magazines. The thing that really killed us is all these magazines. We could always use more shelves. We hope to sell a lot of these magazines and get them in people's hands so the information goes into people's brains, and expand the human intelligence, as opposed to AI. this would burn out the AI stuff, but there's just so much out there. I mean, and at this point, Bernie, I think I'm going to switch over to our magazines. Okay.
Absolutely. This is a perfect transition point, and I'll join you in from the office in a few minutes here.
Okay. Okay. Now what I got here. This is just a sample here. This is our issue 4. This is we did back in 2015, and this is typical of what our magazine was all about. You go in there, and we have a table of contents. Uh, with all kinds of stuff there. It's kind of hard to read. Because that's the nature of type. But we have a table of contents which covers all the different articles and that, a short description. How it's covering like fossil fuels, and how they affect us, the pros and cons on them, and some of the things that we ran into in the past, For instance, you have like the pollution, fossil fuels pollute the earth. Okay, there's no doubt about it. Anyone who wants to argue it can just look at the past. Okay, like I think this one here is from Pennsylvania, where the emissions of like some acidic fluoride, and that's it was killing people. It's killing the cattle and everything. And they had to do something about it. They started imposing these restrictions on what these people could have as far as emissions goes. I mean, the land was getting bleached from the fluoride, okay, and the other acids. It was a nightmare. And now I just hear they're trying to get rid of the Clean Air Act. But look at this. This is broad daylight, okay, in a city. Look how dark it was. It was like nighttime. That was during an inversion. And it had all the pollution in there. People were dying. And people will be dying again if we don't keep up with our clean air and we don't start making the transition wherever we can. I'm not saying everybody needs to have an electric car. Hybrids are great, but there are applications that say like postal deliveries, urban postal deliveries, where the vehicle is like within like a 20-mile radius there, and that's a perfect application for an electric vehicle. But we have people who are still fighting it to this day. And here you have a case where people were suffering from respiratory illnesses and that. I suffer from respiratory illness. I know a lot of people who suffer from respiratory illnesses, and I can't even smoke anymore. And then you're looking at Southern California, where you have like the oil fields interspersed with urban areas, and Southern LA was really bad, and that there's 2 acres down there that an oil company had donated to the archdiocese down there, and they're finally, after 20 years, capping them off and moving on. Like I say, there's so much stuff here. There's some back programs that that's mapping out pollution. Now we're getting to the good stuff. Okay, a lot of times in our magazines we have plans. In this case here, you have Andrew Batty, who has big on HHO. He's has plans in here on how to build a whole HHO cell. Some people might refer to them as Joe cells, but here's a set of plans he has, which you could put together for your own vehicle I do things with a caveat. I never ever experiment with uh, my work vehicle. Like the vehicle I need to get around, that's off limits. That's what you get junk cars for, to experiment on, you know. And then once you got it perfected, then you might want to consider it. But yeah, these are plans in here. That's part of the magazine. If you take and you buy a set of magazines, I'll throw in some exotic research ones. One of the ones I will be giving you has step-by-step plans on how to actually build a small energy geek device. You know, complete with pictures, detailed instructions, and like I say, a step-by-step write-up. Then here's one by Dr. Milewski, who unfortunately is no longer with us. And he's talking about how to assay black sand, you know, and some of the techniques they use. And he starts getting into exotic methods of not only assaying but also using these black sands that, you know, and processing them. A lot of times when people are out here, or these companies, in the past when companies were doing mining and then they had to smelt the ore, and during the smelting process, all that metal got corrupted. Okay, and that was pulled off and called slag. You know, now and the slag, we have a friend of mine, you know, my partner, has a method of taking slag and processing it and decorrupting, okay, restoring the elements to their pristine selves again, you know. And so all of a sudden, ore that was showing zero, you know, zero silver, gold, platinum, you know, rares, all of a sudden, once they go through the process, you know, and during the process, if you lift the lid while it's cooking, you can see a lightning storm inside as these electrons are snapped back to their places, you know. And using this secret recipe, he's able to restore these metals to their former glory, and all of a sudden they're very valuable again. And that's one of the things that a lot of people involved with Tesla Tech do. And this here was great article by Dr. Milewski. Like I said, he's no longer with us. He's spoken at a lot of our conferences about how to make gold, you know, and we have some videos on that. And so feel free to contact me. We do have our sales going on. If you buy 3 of the 25, basically is buy 3 get one free. You know, buy 2 get 1 free. And we have that for these, and then also the older tapes too. Those you just get $5 off. Buy 3, you get $5 off each. So it's a great bargain. Helps offset the postage. Our biggest problem is postage. They keep raising the rates and everything. And if there's anyone from overseas watching this, my heart goes out to you, because they really jack that price up on it. But there's so much paperwork we got to do on top of that, you know. So it costs a lot. That's a come. I encourage people, hop on the internet, check out the YouTube. You know, we have a lot of free. Go to our webpage, teslatech.info, and go to our YouTube site from there, and you can do things like. I say, you know, get to watch all those DVDs. I mean, we had like over 1,500 videos up there, and you can go up and watch it for like $9.99. You know, saves a ton of money. Then, if you decide you really want the DVD because you're afraid it might get taken down, just contact us. You know, and we can sell you one of that and get it mailed out to you. And that's a good point too, though, is like if there's a video on there that you really liked and it got taken down, let me know. We can sell you. We have all these DVDs available as DVDs, you know. So this is great. You know, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, it's like I said. This particular magazine was done in 2015, and here's some of the things that he uses to process. We even have some of these things, and you put this stuff in the microwave, you know, and you get tremendous results. We also have the book Growing Gold, by the way. Uh, like I say, there's just tons of hands-on information. And then we have some theoretical stuff. You know, this is by Tim Ventura about Frank Aquino's elf gravitational shield research that he's been doing down in Brazil, I believe it was. Uh, and we tried to put out good, solid, technical information you can use. You know, we try to avoid the politics as much as possible, even though there's a push to make everything political. Here we go with the age Macintosh model. With Len Murray. Len, I spent a long time. Len was a speaker at one of our conferences. It might have been in 2015. And this kind of explains his theory of periodic tables and that. He's a new approach to it, you know. So
that's one I'm gonna have to steal and watch over then.
Yeah, you definitely need to. This kind of gets this magazine. You can look at it, read it. You know, sometimes it's easier to read and you can take your time than hearing someone talk about it. You know, basic forms and that. Like I say, you know, this is just good, solid information. And I think this might be our last one. Michael Lees. He's been doing this thing on a magnetic torque converter, you know, it does a 90-degree twist, like you spin the thing and it spins another gear. What's a gearbox, you know? One of the things he's building, and he's also has a couple of videos up there where he's actually took us into his lab, and he did all kinds of experiments there and everything. So I think that if, like I say, you know, you get a chance, you might want to get some of these magazines, you know, go through to our website, testatech.info, and a lot of the stuff's up there already. I need to update that, but like I say, you know, we could use some information, well, not information, but we could use some help, you know, if you want to be a volunteer. And that's, you know, unfortunately, we're not in a position where we can actually go out and hire people, you know, but it's for a good cause. This one here is how you can use the pulse, your pulse to determine if you're allergic to food or not, you know. And this is by Thad Monty, and he's also spoken at our conference a couple of times. In fact, I think this is one of his presentations he did at the conference. So that is about it on this issue here. Like I say, there's tons of material up here. Each magazine is approximately 64 pages long. And this is the back inside cover about the biomap. I have one of those, and I use it a lot, you know, especially in the winter. And you plug it in, and you can have like a heat it, and you get this pulse energy going through it, and it helps re-energize you. So, and he's back.
All right, I'm back. Just finishing my coffee.
And
excuse me.
that's
We'll switch the camera around. I think I've got better service in here now. Yeah, sorry, I'll let you finish here, and then I'll show a couple of DVDs you got for sale and stuff.
Okay, this here is the Tesla lights that Aaron Goldhart put out, and he's been to our conferences a couple of times. And this is some information on, like I say, even the advertising is informative on these things. So, but let me turn it over to you so you can talk about.
Okay. So we got like I showed you, that you've got like the box sets here of a full season, or you have for a reasonable $20 specific episodes. And maybe if you buy a box set now, you might get a free random extra episode in. There's also specific things such as the Quest for Emergent Matter, Growing Gold. That I believe is like a $30, $25 special DVD, one that I myself am watching. And then there's also the archives of all the different books and patents and whatnots of different writers and presenters you've had over the years that have given you the rights to reproduce and sell their work. And I gotta show, this was just too much, right? Because we got my split personalities. And then I opened up a Tesla Tech book from 20 years ago, and I'm already in there. So I don't know what's going on here, but seems like a lifelong thing happening. You never know what you're going to find in an episode of a magazine of extraordinary technology. And yeah, I think if you buy one of these, you'll probably get one of these or something along with it too. And yeah, TeslaTech.info. And right now, for the next 2 weeks, if you want to come to Tesla Tech Conference 2026 in Albuquerque, August 12th to 16th, which I guarantee you do, to meet all of us and all the other presenters, well, you can buy now and get 40% off, which is a steal of a deal, which I recommend everyone do.
Yeah, our conference will be at the Crown Plaza this year, it looks like, again. And they're going to go all out to make sure we get better food. You know, I always work to always improve things. And and it's going to be running, I think, $129 for a room. That includes breakfast, you know. And when you include that breakfast, normally it's like about $20. You know, that's a real steal. Uh, Especially because you have two people. So yeah, it's a really good deal. I think everyone will have a great time. I know they will. Everyone
And
will
I
always have,
know they will too, because if you're not having a good time, you just come and find Bernie, and I will make sure that you have a great time there, because we all are. And I'll just introduce, I'll bring you to one of the areas where people are hiding out and discussing secret science. And, you can either just listen in, or if you have something to chime in, you never know who you'll have the opportunity to talk to in person. And one of the best things at Tesla Tech is I got to meet a lot of my heroes there last year. And it's like, they say never meet your heroes. No, those are people that have the wrong heroes. The heroes you want are at Tesla Tech. And that's where you want to go. And that's the chance you get to meet them and interact with them. And it's an amazing thing. And friendships are formed for life at such conferences. And the ones I did last year, I look forward to seeing them again this year.
and I like to emphasize that if you try to sign up while this problem with the shopping cart occurred, give me a call. I'll give you the 50% off. I have no problems with that at all. So give me a call, 520-252-0374 is my cell phone, or you can just call the office. But yeah, 520-252-0374, and I'll take care of you. I can just go ahead and process your order right over the phone, and give that 50% off. Otherwise, starting today, it's 40% off, which is still a good price. And the price was supposed to be $500, but we kept it at $450 for the base price. So we did you one good. We're constantly looking at saving members money whenever we can. I'm fortunate. I live off Social Security, and because I moved into this new location, I'll be able to keep a little bit of that now, and for other things. So yeah, and so everything that we get actually goes right back into Tesla Tech to make it bigger and better, and more responsive to you. So, what is those things?
Now that's a little bit of my secret work, Steve, that you're going to help me publish and write up on and put into real papers, because I've been writing my own physics for a solid decade and kind of been keeping them secret in my own archives. But it's time to bring it forward, and it's part of what this portion was in my Tesla Tech 2025 premiere presentation, and what's going to be in my 2026 presentation to come. Well, it's a presentation that everyone is going to want to see, along with all the other great people that you have lined up.
But we do have quite the lineup. We're picking up about a half dozen people. I'll be putting a new list out later on this week. Once we sit down and figure out who's going to be where. But we're going all in on Tesla coil research, resonance, and some.
Right. Like I think pretty much at this point we've confirmed Nathan Old Man Builds coming in. We've confirmed Parker Edmondson, awesome young man with doing all sorts of next level Tesla work. And then we also got we got Dr. Wei Ping Yu confirmed coming back. We have Bob Greenier most likely coming back. We have this absolute staple, Maury B. King, of course, as well as Ludwig Thorsten, another staple coming in all the way from Germany across the sea. It's one epic lineup, and so many more. Dr. John Brandenburg, amongst others, and 40 others. 40 others.
Yeah, the way to look at these conferences is this is a way people can do their due diligence by going to one spot instead of having to go visit these people around the country. Saves a ton of money doing that, and saves them a lot of hassle too. But because of the conference, if you can't make it, like I say, we'll have a live stream. But the
exactly, you can always attend for 1/3 the price by purchasing the online live stream that you then get to keep access for forever, right? That it's then on demand afterwards, so you can participate in the live questioning from remotely and watch it all remotely as well.
And I think we're going to have a great year. I know we're going to have a great year. We always do. And hopefully I'll have my truck back by then. And I'll be able to drive it.
I pray, Stephen. I pray that you have your truck back a lot sooner than then. I'm going to log off here so you can close it up with the last 10 minutes and show people the website again and the directories and stuff. And it's an absolute pleasure helping you and being a part of this, my friend.
Well, thank you, Bernie. And thank you for helping me. Bernard has been a big help. I'd like to also thank Glenn Fern, who's come out of Texas twice to help me move, and then Mitch, Feinstein, who came out and helped me move, and that's despite falling down a ditch and breaking his neck, literally, and he recovered enough to come out and help, and he was a big help, and we have our Cuban friends there who helped us out. U-Haul gave us a great deal on the truck, you must be one of their frequent flyers, because this last year I've been moving a lot of stuff using trucks, and I gotta see what else we got going on. And Bernie for coming out, and for the people who are planning to come out here in the future and help me out, I encourage you, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you here. And I think you'll have a great time. You can learn a lot, and at the same time have a good time. There's nothing against in the books against having a great time while you're learning. And for me, when I'm learning, I'm still alive. So anyway, with that, if I do want to mention one thing. Paul is talking about the interviews are not posted. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to put you in touch with Mike, Paul, because Mike says they are there. So I'll let you talk to him. Get a hold of me tomorrow, and I'll get you hooked up. Okay. Let's see what else. Uh, I want everyone to be sure if you like what we're doing and everything, be sure that you do go out and hit that like button. That thumbs up there, because that helps us with the YouTube search engines and everything. Uh, and here's our 2026 Stranger August 12th to 16th. It's going to be at the Crown Plaza. And then it's this 25%. Well, that's not going to be 25%. It's 40%. Unless you had tried to get hold of me, just let me know. I believe in the honor system, so just let me know and we'll take care of it, I don't want anyone to be suffering because of things that have happened, And oh yeah, I'm sorry that the email got out so late today. When I hit the send button, I thought it went out, but it turns out that there was a glitch at the database company. Oh, and here you go.
Just a reminder, we got box sets, we got magazines, and we got single episodes for sale, and they're on sale at teslatech.info.
And if you help us, if you order now, it's a big help to us, because we got a lot of stuff to do between now and August, a lot.
And in the background, we have an infrared sauna right here, but that's Steve, so I'm not going to sit down now. But there we go.
Go ahead and use it,
Right, and you can use your own at Tesla Tech Conference and Trade Show in 2026, right? It's a
you can see the sauna. That's my sauna from Phil Wilson, and he'll be at the conference, and you'll be able to sit in one of those and see how good they are. They keep me fairly healthy, and if you are suffering from pain and everything, you get in one of those, and half your pain will generally disappear.
I will never forget recording Jared Polak sitting in one of these, and Bob Greenyer pulling a line out of my book and cornering Polak when he couldn't get out, right? And he came up and he was like talking to him about a certain experiment, and it was amazing. But it's those sort of experiences that you have to witness at the conference that will only happen at the conference, but stay with you for life.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of equipment there. You can sit down and try. Don't take our word for it. Come down and try the stuff out. If you live in Albuquerque, so much the better. Just come and check the stuff out. It'd be even better if you signed up for the conference and that. But hey, I have yet to turn people away to try stuff out. And this one issue here. This particular issue is our anti-gravity issue from Exotic Research. This is a classic, talks about the B-2 bomber and how it has anti-gravity technology built in, which is why it could fly from like Missouri all the way to Iran around the world with minimal fuel because it's being powered by anti-gravity. This is probably the same technology that they're using for the Aurora National. And don't kid yourself, they have a secret space program. I have never known the United States military to give up the high ground. That's totally against our doctrine, and so I'm sure that they're out there. They probably have their own space station up there. Because if you notice, ever since the space shuttle program went away, you haven't seen any of the military guys up in that space shuttle. It's all, except for Kelly, but it's pretty much been all civilians, So,
right? What's the military actually doing?
Yeah, they're always up to something. Yeah, and I guarantee you the military is about 20 years ahead of us.
At least, if not 50.
And if you look at some of our back issues, there's the Growing Gold video. That
Grow your own gold. So was this Billy the Kid's grandson, or is this a different guy?
this is a different guy. This is Dr. Maluski. And one of the people that we will have and the new DVDs I'm trying to get converted will be Buffalo Bill Cody. You know,
Buffalo Bills. Sorry, Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo William Cody Jr. or whatever. That's Buffalo Bill's grandson. You know, and he was big on dowsing. We used to sell his dowsing rods. He had made great dowsing rods, and he had an underground chemistry lab in his basement where he could process gold ore. You know, that's where I learned how to do it. So
And
this
that's
one,
a Bernie sort of thing right there. If an alchemist is an alchemist, you're
Yeah.
into learning how to grow gold and how to cipher gold and process gold and all of it and grow gold.
yeah, using things like broken beer bottles, you know, in the microwave trick, you know.
Absolutely.
There's just John had all kinds of stuff, you know. He was a good source of magnetite. It was a real loss to the world when he passed on and moved out to another dimension here. So
Like so many, but that's what makes your archives great is they gave you permission and you still have their life's works and they're available here at teslatech.info.
and then Emil, then Phil Schneider say they were 100 years ahead. He probably did. I remember the week that Phil Schneider was killed. He was supposed to speak at Global Sciences, but the weekend before, they found him with a knife in the back. Yeah, I mean, just like I said, the lengths they go to sometimes to keep some of the more secretive stuff really secret, you know. But now it's all out. You know, that was pre-internet. The internet changed everything. You know, you can't hide. You know, I mean, I was considering getting a Ring camera, but did you see that commercial on the Super Bowl? Where they connected all the Ring cameras in the neighborhood to find a dog. And what they could do that to find a dog, they could do it to find you, you know, whether you did anything or not, you know. The things
Absolutely.
you can't
So
do it.
instead of buying a Ring camera, buy the DVD on how to grow your own gold.
Well, I'm looking at these other cameras which connect directly to your phone, you know.
You'll get a free anti-gravity magazine with it. It shows you how to do it.
So, anyway, with that, I'm going to call tonight.
Thanks, Steve.
Call us at 520-252-0374. You know, I'm here night and day. Or drop me a line at steve@teslatech.info. And if you want me to call you back, I will call you back, whatever it takes. I want to see you at the conference. I think you're going to have a great time, you know. And I like to say, just come on out. Thank you very much. And hopefully in the next week or two, we'll have some intros and outros made up and some canned program commercials here. Anyway, y'all have a great day. Have a great evening. And I'll see y'all next week. Thank you much.